Today we're going to be working on this other receptacle here. Let me go ahead and put some light here. Make it a little bit better to see because the lights are off here. Like always, first thing, breaker has been shut off. We don't want to play with it hot here. Hence why this should be done by a licensed electrician. So I'll be showing you how I change this receptacle today. Now, besides the breaker being turned off, as always, I will double check. And you can triple check if you want. So you can use the non-contact bolt tester and also your regular meter to check. Now, if you noticed, I was doing this in here, not on the side. The reason I've gotten used to doing it like that is I don't want to slip and scratch the wall. Because then the scratch goes out of like where the plate is going to cover, then you got to repaint. So here now we're going to go ahead and take the receptacle out. And like always, I'm using my trusty Robertson screw head here. Because as I've explained before, all these bolts, these two that hold and all the ones that put the wire in, have a triple head style. You could use a flathead, a Phillips, and a Robertson also, which I like the best because flatheads, as you turn it can slide off. Phillips can't slide off, but they actually jump because it's conical, so you can strip it. And the Robertson fit right into that square and lock in. With that said, let me get, like I said, I do a double test. I don't go as far as doing triple. So I don't do the voltage meter, but I do this contactless one. And I checked also the neutral, even though shouldn't have anything because you never know what the previous person did and what kind of crazy things people can do. So again, why this should be done by a licensed electrician, because you never know. That said, I did check and look inside and saw that there's no other wires back there, because if I see any other wires back there besides the ones coming in here, I'll also get this meter and touch back there just to make sure that any other wire back there that it might just be like it's traveling through, that it's not hot. So I could go ahead and turn off that breaker also, because even though it might be traveling through, it could be held by a wire nut, but there was a splice there. And if that comes loose and you're sticking your finger in there, then of course, you can get shocked. So what I was doing there was just opening the legs now so I could pull the cable through on the wire. Better yet said, see, like this one, I forgot to do the ground. I just split it a little bit so that this can come out. Now let me split this side. I think the bolt has to come out a little bit more. No, it's already to that point that it stops. And of course, they could come out with a more powerful drill. Doing it by hand, I could make it come out completely. But I've already explained why I don't do that, because then on the other ones, I got to take them out completely. If I'm going to go that method of removing the screws completely, instead of opening the wires, then I got to do it on the new one that I'm going to put in. And then it's a pain in the butt to get it. And this one's going to come out easy. To get it started, the bolt started on the new one, because it's rough, that end of it. And normally it shouldn't be this hard to remove these. It's a lot easier. The thing is that this is number 12 wire. Most of the houses you're going to see is number 10, which is a lot of softer and more pliable. Let me open this one up a little bit extra, because the ground, since this is a 12, gets hung up here on a little tab here. Of course, when you're doing new construction, it's easier in a sense because here these wires are already bent in a certain precision. So you're kind of putting it the same way, which is not always the best idea. Let me straighten this out of this way. And because they've been pushed back and manipulated and moved. Now the neutral is going to go according to this particular application. And I say that because you never know how things got wired. I've seen where the white one that should be on neutral be put on the hot in the panel. But normally speaking, the white one should be neutral. And coming to the spot on the back, it'll say white, and it's the side here that has the chrome ones. And then the hot, and then obviously ground comes to the corner. And then the hot should be mostly black cables, but it could be, red. Things can vary. So again, why a licensed electrician should do this. But in this case, which is the normal way, or at least the most common way around here, black will go with the gold, which says hot in the back, because this is the actual line coming from the actual breaker. This is the live wire. In this case, the black one. Again, the most common one. The most common way is done. But it could be different colors because of different reasons. But generally, hot is most of the time around here, the black one. And it'll say hot. In the back where it goes here, it says hot. Where the other side will say white. Let's get this in here. The way this is bent wasn't being nice. I'm trying to pull it, but there's a lot of tension on the other ones because I want to squish it. Grab a little bit to squish. We're almost there. There it goes. So if you have any questions, I always answer all the messages. Feel free to leave me a comment with a question. Now, after I do that with the drill, I actually tighten them up by, this got switched around. I'll leave also a link down below to the tool that I'm using here. Especially this screwdriver, which is my favorite. That it has both flat head sizes, 1 and 2, the most common ones. Both Phillips 1 and 2, the most two common Phillips, and the square, which is what I'm using, the Robertson, right there. This is what I like the most for electrical, the Robertson screw. Moving that ground down and away. Now I'm just pushing it back to bend the cables, so I don't put all the strain on the bolts. There we go. That's good enough. That far, it's not gonna strain it. Because you don't want it to be pulled back all the way by the actual screw. Put all that tension on those tabs. Let me open it up a little bit. Just slide it to the right. Why wouldn't it slide more to the right? What's going on down there? There it goes. Okay. Now let's go with our screwless faceplates here. Or plate covers. Right here. Some of these say top Some don't. The one that say top is because it needs to be put to the top because the slot that coincides with this bottom piece here that has to go down. It can't go up because the nut looks ugly. Goes down. But some of them don't say top because it has that same slot on both sides. So it doesn't matter. Still gonna work properly. But on the ones that they only do the slot to correspond to that other piece there on one side, then they'll put top here. So then that goes to the bottom. And voila. Nice and new. Anyways, like I said, leave me a comment if any questions. Hit a like if you like the video. More videos to come. And also, if you haven't subscribed, if you like the video, go ahead and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.